What's up, gamers? I'm sleepy for my nap. And just to continue the storyline from last time, I am still sitting next to a box of cookies. I got some cookies that I'm sitting next to them and I could eat them. But I choose to restrain myself because I am right next to a freaking microphone. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sleepy. Selena, you're so freaking awesome. Enjoy Tomodachi, enjoy it. I love when you say enjoy it. That's like, you're so real for that. Like, everyone should enjoy things. That's like just so fucking real, to be honest. I fucking love it. But today will probably be like a little short stream. It'll be a little freak stream. I've got a little bit of a docket. We're just gonna go straight down the docket. I'm just gonna talk about things. And then the stream is going to end. You know what I mean? Let's see. I might make this into a video, I'm not sure. I'll have to see. I'm mesmerized by this Kirby music that I'm playing right now. Oh my goodness. Izzy, wake up. But yeah, I'm very excited to just talk about the comic I made a little bit. I'm really excited for people to read it a little bit and tell me what they think about it, because it makes me feel like happy when people engage with my art, you know? It's quite exciting. And then I'll probably go get like some Chipotle for dinner or some shit like that, I don't know. Sounds like it could be fun. Okay. I think this is enough dilly-dallying. Should we get into it, gamers? Should we get into it? I realized I didn't put I have to put it. Gamers, we're on the display. Look, this is my comic. This is the freaking comic, dude. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Yeah, I think once the music ends, we'll just go through my docket. I'm gonna show you guys some music that I made later on. I've got a whole, and then look, this is one of the pages. We've got a whole docket, okay? We got the plan. We got the plan. But I need Kirby to wrap it up. Please wrap it up. Okay, gamers, are you ready for me to pitch to you? Are you ready to pitch to you? For me to pitch to you with some funny music? Let's do it. Let's do it, gamers. Because let me tell you all about this comic that I made. Let me tell you all about this comic that I made. Here, let me see what I want to do. Yo, Ben, welcome in. Welcome in. Very glad Plush, Selena, and Banner here, like three of my favorite freaking people on the whole internet, to be honest. I mean, Plush is one of my favorite people in real life, you know. But all of you guys are also three of my favorite people on the whole internet, you know what I'm saying? Wow! So we will, yeah. Gulp. All right, let me do my little funny little pitch. Let me do my little funny pitch. All right, guys. Let me read my little opening paragraph and we'll get into it. Alright, Mama's talking, listen up. Listen, guys, I made a new freaking webcomic. It's called Caramel Lemonade Grind Fantasy. It marries my love of graffiti art, video games, music, maximalism, being extremely gay, and character growth. It follows my main... Oh, you know what I should do? I should probably pull up art of my main characters. I'll do that in the edit. It follows Lemonade, who's a melee trans girl engineer, and Caramel, who's an NB nerd mage, and they've been surviving Old Gorgeous City together as long as they can remember. These days they're dealing with toxic graffiti monsters by night and toxic coffee customers by day, but like, who runs the coffee shop they work for? Where do the monsters come from? Can these two and their bounty hunter co-workers find the answers without getting totally busted by the royal company's army? Well, you will just have to freaking read when I put out pages in order to find out.
Oh my God.
Let's just say that. Two big inspirations for this series in its storytelling were Final Fantasy and Jet Set Radio. And also a lot of cartoons that I grew up with, like I freaking love, like Gravity Falls and Phineas and Ferb and Steven Universe. I've been developing my art style for like forever, over a long period of time. So I'm just very excited to be like making art that isn't like just like my own YouTube character. Like I really wanted to dive into telling stories and making exciting, really challenging art. And so far this comic has really provided the opportunity to do so. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, but Elliot, just a radio. We fucking love DJ Professor K. I needed like an equivalent of DJ Professor K in this fucking comic, huh? Yeah, there's a little bit that's been planned out. But we're really just like in the process of getting this first one out, because essentially what I did is so as you can kind of see here, because I've got it up on Webtoon, you can find this whole comic on Webtoon Canvas or whatever if you go and you search for it and all that sort of thing. And I've made a, because they make you post it in episodes, which I don't know that much about Webtoon, frankly, so that's just kind of the way that it works, I guess. I don't really know that much.
Bruh.
But we've got, so I made a piece of title screen art, so that's like, I guess the first episode like ever. And then well, I was like, so I only want to post a few pages at a time and update it later, because like that's how webcomics work. But like the arc was the first like arc. I decided that since this is like music based and like skateboarding, like grind fiction based, that sort of aesthetic, that I wanted the arcs to be like called side A's together. So essentially side A is like fully written. Essentially I wrote it as like a pilot episode. And so it's like all like one self-contained story together, like a TV pilot. Like it's like, okay, so here's our two main characters, here's other side characters, this is like the kind of general concept of the world, here's like a pretty basic conflict, then they deal with it. It's not like I'm going to be pushing any sort of like serialized progression like too early on, because I was even trying to figure out how to write dialogue for any of these characters like at all, you know. But it's fully written, and we're getting a nice 20 pages and like an animatic out of it, basically, because that's what I'm planning on doing. If I can, assuming I can integrate that into Webtoon, which apparently you could only do if you're like a Webtoon original or something, so I might have to figure out how to pivot a little bit. So maybe it'll be a little bit longer of a stretch of pages. But so I decided, so side A is the first arc. If I have to post them all as separate episodes, then I will divide them up by calling them side A track 1, and just stick with the cassette the cassette player aesthetic. And so I think that is probably just what was kind of best to do. I read it and it's so good. Thank you so much, Plush. I really do appreciate it. I'm really excited to like just hear what people think of it as they read it, because that makes me really happy. But yeah, I just really wanted to go ahead and this is more of like a pitch and this first part is like more of a pitch, and then the rest of this part is just like for anyone who hasn't quite read it yet, or for people who have read it, I wanted to just show some cool behind the scenes stuff. So I actually pulled up one of the files of the drawings, right? To just kind of show like how much went into making this one page. So this is what the completed first page looks like, right? Like we got this nice fog effect, you got all this nice art, you got the borders of the page, you have this sticker up here, we have the establishing shot text, we have a sticker up here telling you like what the corresponding music is, which by the way I did also post all of these the soundtrack on my YouTube channel, so you can go listen to that now. It's all in a little playlist. It was quite nice to put that together as well, because I love making music. So this sticker up here like lets you know what music corresponds to the scene. Then we've got the scene, we got a little page number thing. That was like the last thing that I added, because I realized that it was going to split up all of the pages and the parts of the arc into its own shit. So I decided I would just add like a page number so everyone knew that everything was like in the same side, basically. So I think, yeah, not exactly manga A. I know, right? Like I know, it's just like so dog shit, basically. So I basically yo, May is here, welcome. Basically, we have all the dialogue shit here. So we have all of these layers, and that sort of thing. I just want to start peeling back the layers, because, yeah, so these were its own layers. Then we have this text. So then after for some fucking reason, I had to like painstakingly draw all this shit like around this. I don't know why the fuck I did that. So I guess this is all the page borders, and then I had like this nice shadow shit. And let's see, what is this? So that we have 1 million, we need to have 1 million layers of fog, okay? Let's peel back all the layers of fog. So I made this guy look old, and this is just the outline, and then he's gone. Because remember, we're above like the whole sketch layer here. So then we have this whole layer of orange and yellow that I used to just make everything look super foggy. That's gone now. And then this is the ground, which is now gone. Let's see. I haven't looked at this in forever. I have so many fucking layers in this file. What the hell? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. And just lots of detail, because just for this establishing scene, even just this, like I put so much effort into the background of everything, but especially this first page, like this first scene, I just really wanted everybody to really get the sense that this is like a completely like unknowable place, and so I just kept layering it with like so much shit, just to really sell that effect. But here, when we get rid of this yellow thing, all we are left with is the sketch layer. So inside the sketch layer, we have, I sketched the whole dialogue box, right? And I sketched the big heart all by itself. And I actually think this was probably the most complex sketch that I did, because I think the second we got out of this like underground area and we get to the coffee shop, which I guess we could probably look at that page too, eh? We could do that. I started doing it a lot more on paper, but I actually do have this notepad sketch, which as you can see does not line up. Yeah, let's see if I can, here. Oh, because the brightness is quite low. So let me turn it up, because I'm just in the project file now. But basically, so yeah, I had a big notepad. It's actually, it looks white here, but it's actually slightly purple. And the reason for that is that I was doing this at night. I have a big purple Pikmin light. Oh wait, guys, look at me down in the corner. You can actually see the little purple Pikmin light, like right in between, like in the crotch of my mic and my mic arm. You can see that little purple Pikmin light, and it made the yellow paper look purplish.
Wow!
Crazy. Diabolical, as they say. Does that change anything? No, it doesn't. So yeah, I put a lot of work into this first page. I think I streamlined my process like a lot. Here, let me pull up the fourth page, because that's what's up, right? Yeah, look at this, because yeah, we have all of the dialogue layers, right? Dade? I love Dade. And then I have just like this layer that like makes it like look like it's like a concrete room by just like using very bright fluorescent lights, and then like darker as we get down here. Like just a million layers for like all the lighting and shit, and just random details in the background. Like there's so much detail put into the backgrounds, especially. And I think also on this page, something I learned is I've got like my main characters, which I love doing, but then I was like, oh shit, I have to do incidentals, don't I? Oh fuck, man, fuck. I have to do incidentals. I have to draw all these random people in the background, and so I was gonna do a thing where like I colored everybody in and made everybody equally detailed, but I decided to have a little bit of fun and keep everything a little bit simpler, by just having white outlines and then like using a graffiti texture to fill everybody in. I was really inspired by the Persona game, like Persona 5 and 3 Reload, how they just have like solid colored people just like floating around you when you run around the city to like save on resources, with that while also making like a crowded city area. I even call it the NPC. I even called it the NPC layer. What the fuck? So they're basically just all like graffiti blobs, because basically Caramel and Lemonade don't give a fuck about them. They're very much like super inside their own heads and like obsessed with like their own misery. Because to be fair, they're lower class. They're lower class little goobers, so they really do struggle with being like, well, I'm not happy. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking tired, bro. I'm fucking tired. Which we'll get. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. That's what I was looking for. But so we'll get more into their mental condition, but I just really wanted to establish with this first story, they are incredibly overworked. So even if they're doing really cool stuff that most people would love to be able to do in their free time, or like for fun or anything, they have to do it for a job. And they are fucking physically tired and miserable. And that's something I can really relate to as someone. I actually have worked for coffee shops in the past. Plush has as well, and they can really wear you out being on your feet all day. And sometimes you're just a little bit extra tired, and people will yell at you, and it's just like a lot. It is just a lot. Oh jeez. Yeah, that's really just something I wanted to go over here, because I just think it's been really fun also figuring out the shading style. I think actually after this page, I think I started figuring it out a bit more, because I was finally out of like, here the shading didn't really matter so much, because, let me put all my folders back, all of my layers back. Doop-da-doop-da-doop-da-doo. Yeah, on this page, I didn't really care so much, because everything was so foggy and intentionally obscured. Like, I do not want you to know who this is. I don't want you to know who any of these people are, right? Because this is a mysterious organization that they're working in mysterious ways, right? And so I really wanted to just make everything very obscure. So obviously they're black characters, like they're obscured in shadow, like you can't see details. They don't need to be shaded. And so when I got to this page, I had to really start learning about, I really figured out I enjoy using the shape tool. I love using the Fire Alpaca shape tool and a low transparency layer to just like make very triangular and cool shadows, basically. And I think it really adds to like the kind of grit, because I tend to have very polygonal character designs, you can probably tell. Like, look at this shit. Like her chin is ginormous. Like this shit is like a curvy polygon. Their chin is a fucking triangle. And Dade, peak physical fitness. But I have very polygonal character design, so using the shape tool to just make like kind of abstract shapes for like shading and that sort of thing, I think really helps contrast it with like more gradient lighting, and it leads to a very busy looking page, but I think it also like just makes things very, very readable. But I think you'll see that I'm coming to figure out that style a lot more in the next drop of pages, which will be next Saturday. After that, I need to lock the fuck in and make more pages, but I was just very excited to just put stuff out. And I will say, I already made a post on my like the webtoon thing, because I was like, when I was getting ready to post it, I was watching like a bunch of like webcomic YouTubers, like they blew up from having a webcomic, so then they made a YouTube channel. They'd be like, hey guys, here's what you should do if you make a fucking webcomic. And a lot of them were like, yeah, I would rather kill myself than post on Webtoon, dude. I'm gonna be so real. And then I was like, well, okay, that gives me choice paralysis, because I thought that was like the biggest, most well-known platform, but alright. And then they were like, and if you're gonna have a break between pages, you have to be consistent. You have to post every day, and you need to make sure that you can do it every day, and you have to make sure that you update your audio. I'm just like, whoa, 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 hey.
What the hell?
I'm just like, hey. Let's cool our jets, alright? Because I'm pretty sure I can keep on this at my own pace, and if people want to read it, then they could just read it, you know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. But, so I don't know, maybe I'll make a post. I really do not know much about, using Webtoon, but I'm willing to like do a little bit of poking around and exploring, because I just want to read more comics, and I would also like to just like meet more artists, you know. It seems like a pretty effective way to do it. So yeah, so this is the art portion here, and then what else do I want to talk about on my docket? I finished it. You need to drop the next chapter now. Oh, fuck yes. I think I sent... Oh, wait a minute. May. I need to look in our chat, because you made that fucking... That awesome meme. Let me see if I can find it real quick if Discord doesn't tank the stream. Because you literally, like, made a meme for me, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I sent this page to May, and she made the first meme of the series. She made a drawing parody of that thing where it's like, just give me my damn, I just want my damn like chicken sandwich or whatever, bro. This is so fucking awesome. I fucking love this shit. This shit rocks. So thank you for the first bit of fan art. Thank you, May. That fucking rocked. That was just sick. Oh, you made me into Ashila? I cannot wait to see. That's so sick. Let's go. This page is quite accurate to the barista experience. God damn. Yeah, I know. I was wondering if maybe I was too removed from that experience to be able to like kind of capture it in these characters, like this kind of like just being really freaking tired and grumpy but having to like put on a smiley face kind of feeling. But turns out I can. Turns out I can. Turns out I can very much relate. Because sometimes jobs be giving you an extra workload, and it's crazy. I'm happy for you that you enjoy it this much so much. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like I can take my time with this. I feel like I can really take my time with this. I'll look at the me in a bit, okay, sweetie? I gotta focus on the docket. And let's see. So yeah, I just wanted to, I wanted to show off, yeah, art and music for side A are like still in progress. because essentially I've got a pilot episode, and so I'm just trying to get through like making that and getting it out there, and then it's like, hey, we've got a whole ass like arc here, you know, that we can fully like build off of. You know, if we have the very basics, we can build off in like genuinely any direction that we want to, is basically like my thinking. And then I wanted to show you guys all the layers, all the paper sketch, the digital sketch, yeah, that I did on my real notepad, and then the digital sketch, and then all the other layers. And then I wanted to just show you guys some fucking music on account of that. Yeah, let's close this. On account of that, I made music. Okay. Oh, perfect time. Perfect fucking timing. The other screen on my Stream Deck, the music faded out, so I could bring this up. But I've posted all of this on my channel, but just to keep CPU usage low, I'm pulling it up on the media player. But I've made more than 6 tracks. I've made quite a few, but as far as what I've actually put out there, I've got 6 tracks. So I just wanted to take some time to put out here the main theme, and I really wanted to include, like I said, my biggest inspirations for this, my overall biggest inspirations are world building and kind of tropes of a lot of the like Final Fantasy games, or a lot of like RPG like tropes, as well as the overall like grind fiction spray painting aesthetic of Jet Set Radio. And so when I was like making music for this is something that you can really tell if you've hung out with me and you've listened to my music. I love the soundtrack of Jet Set Radio because of the use of vocal chops and samples, which is not, you know, unique to it, but you're gonna read it. MD Lassel is gonna read it. Let's go. Thank you. That makes me very happy. Thank you. But yeah, I fucking love me a good sample. I feel like I've really gotten good at it as of late, just going crazy on this project. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. This is kind of like a video game. For one, it's like a video game. I'm gonna make a title screen and make a title screen theme. 2, I wanted to have leitmotifs a la Uematsu style stuff. 3, I wanted to have some more traditional Final Fantasy or Zelda like melody motifs throughout the soundtrack. But 4, I wanted this to very much feel like dance clubby, hip hoppy, having a lot of like 90s samples imbued in it. And so I really tried to marry these styles in this big piece of music. So I'm gonna let you guys listen to that. I'll probably keep a little bit quiet just so I can like let you guys listen to it and let the music speak for itself. But yeah, here you are. Here, I guess let me turn it up for you a little bit.
Working hard. Nice. Do. Working hard.
Ugh, I fucking love that one. I fucking love that one. I'm not even gonna pretend like I don't have any pride for my own work because I just fucking love that one. But I think it starts around here, but I really do want to highlight here. This. Where is it? Basically, the melody that kicks in at the very climax is basically Caramel and Lemonade's like main leitmotif, like theme as a duo. So you're gonna hear if you listen to the soundtrack for the comic that I have posted on my channel, you are going to hear this like little melody like a lot. Like we're doing some Toby Fox type shit, all right? So I will explicitly just like let you like take it in and know that it is a leitmotif. So yeah, that's basically just their main theme song. Me and Plush actually worked on it together, so I can shout her out. I can definitely shout her out. Should probably turn my desktop audio back down now that I'm using my soundboard and shit again. But we worked on it together, and we really wanted a thing where it's like they feel like they're like always fucking tired all the time and like doing very repetitive things that kind of wears them down. So we made it to start and end on the same note and always kind of return to the same place and be very like cyclical like that. So it's very effective in that way, I think. I'm also for all four of these characters who you will come to know, I guess we don't know their names yet, so I guess I won't say anything. But I'm working on their own leitmotifs for them to be in their own like little character-centered storylines for like future arcs. So we do have some plans. Because I do want to say, so the rest of the comic is like slowly in the planning stages because I'm still just working on this first arc, which, as I've said, is essentially a pilot episode. And so I really just want to focus on getting this done. And then, like I said, once this is done, we can build out any fucking direction we want from there. So that's just the responsibility of like me and Plush and whoever decides to, help us out with like story planning along the way. Whoever is like let into the family, the inner circle, the family trust. Like we just have to figure out what direction to build from there. But what I really do want to do is I don't just want these to be like characters that like are around, like not just side characters. Like I really want to explore all of them and get them to the status of like being main characters. But as far as the pilot, like I just really wanted to like just introduce everybody Like, just be like, okay, this is where we are right now. Everyone who matters is already here. You get to know them later. You will get to know them later, basically. And then in the future, like, I even want to do lots more world building with this setting that we find ourselves in, that has this coffee shop and that has this giant heart, this giant spooky heart. I don't know, underground somewhere inside the island. I don't know. I want to do a lot of world building with that and try to just make everything as fleshed out and as exciting as it can be, with like action sequences and cool music and everything. But one thing I do want to do as a big mission statement for me for this whole project is I want to refuse perfectionism. I just want to do my best, and I just want to pursue what is the most interesting to me, which at the end of the day means fleshing out all of these characters and making sure everyone has meaningful journeys, and making sure you really get to know them and that they get a lot of really cool music and cool moments and really amazing growth, because I fucking love character growth. I love knowing people can start in impossible situations and they can improve over time if they just have strong relationships around them. But I do not want everything to be perfect. I don't want anything to like be too freaking perfect. And I think the visual style with like intentional like scribbles and like very busy, messy backgrounds and overlapping stuff and lots of angles and stuff is really going to emphasize that. I think it should make it pretty evident. So I think that's like a big mission statement for me for sure with this whole project. I'm very proud of what I've been able to do so far, and like I said, I'm very excited to keep working on it. And 4 more pages will be coming out next Saturday, and then after that I will be getting to work on the next ones, and I've got a whole script of pages to like work on, so we'll just be slowly working on this whole first arc for the time being, which is fine. Gives me an excuse to like draw so much, which, you know, is like my favorite thing ever. So banger. Ben Elliott says thank you so much, Ben Elliott. MD Lassell says, I just read it. It looks really sweet. Good art. Thank you so much. Yeah, I had so much fun putting the art together. It's so fucking cool. Oh my god. Yeah. God, I'm just so fucking proud of this project, really. It makes it really difficult to talk about. But, well, I accidentally opened up my Stream Deck. Hello, Stream Deck. Goodbye. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I had some stuff written in my docket. Let's I guess what I probably could do to I get, you know what, let me do something quite silly and fun. You get off of the screen, you get out of here right now. As I'll show you a song that me and Plush actually worked on together. And I can tell you a little bit more behind the scenes stuff, and then we'll probably leave it there. But let's see, which one is it? I think it's this one. No, wait. Yeah, it's this one, right? Yes. So this is the track that we made to represent the coffee shop scene in page 4. It's called Berry Latte. That's the special of the coffee shop that we came up with after we made the song. But basically, I really wanted to like make some like elevator music or like some Muzak type shit, and we were following a nice tutorial. And the thing about Plush, so I'm like a very self-taught musician, which means sometimes my music theory is kind of generic and not super up to snuff. But the thing about Plush is that she literally just like has a master's degree, and she has a lot more stuff. She just like knows more stuff and has more resources. Like she literally gets out like a music school book and is like, well, listen, we can do these chords. Do you want to try that? You want to try this scale? Do you want to try this mode? What the fuck do you want to do? And I was like, okay, fuck yeah, let's like get into it. But we were laying out the chord progression for this one, and I got to a place where I was like, I feel like this chord progression, like if we build a melody and an arrangement around it, it will be a really satisfying short little song. But Plush was like, no, it's not resolved yet. Row. She was very adamant about this for a little bit. We had to have a little bit of back and forth, and I was like, no, I just genuinely, it needs to be short. These songs need to be short and punchy so it can be like all video game like. And so eventually, like, we did stick with this we took like a week. We came back to this, and we were like, okay, if we add like if we turn these two sections into the sections like with the different parts of the melody, it kind of like just works. So we eventually like came to an understanding on that. And because we added like a trumpet part in this first half, like a string section in the second half, and as well I had more of an emphasis on the trumpet in the second half along with the strings. And then Plush was like, nah, I just feel like it's too much. I was like, you're right. So we had a lot of back and forth. It was actually, I think it was very creatively fulfilling for us to work as a team on this one. And so, yeah, let me turn up this shit and I'll let you listen to this one. And then I think this will probably be the final thing that we, also I've been meaning to do this. I need to get rid of this freak. But yeah, we will go ahead and listen to this one. I think this will probably be one of the final things that we need to do on this fine Stream Extreme 2K Saturday, because I don't think this needs to be much more than this, really. So yeah, let's take a listen to You Berry Latte by Izzy-Doodle and Plush. I love it. I love doing the sudden endings so that we can do a fucking video game loop, because I thought that's how this would work. I thought WEBTOON would let me have a fucking music player on there, but no, we're not allowed to do that. Ugh, that was heartbreaking.
I'm seconds away from a heart attack.
That's what I'm saying, Queen Leve. Oh, by the way, guys, I watched The Devil Wears Prada 2 last night with Plush. There was a Leve song in it, and that made me feel very happy. But any hoot, I know this one is extremely short compared to pretty much any other stream that I've done in like forever, or at least like as a streaming channel. But I think we are gonna leave it there. But like I said, I'm so fucking excited about this comic. The rest of it is in the planning stages, either because I need to, draw it or make music for it, or because it just hasn't been planned yet. But I want to explore and introduce all the characters throughout the pilot, and in the future I want to do a lot of world building and try to make everything fleshed out and exciting storytelling wise. And as I work on this whole project, I want to refuse perfectionism. Like I said, I don't want everything to be perfect. Instead, I just want to do my best and pursue what is most interesting to me artistically and in terms of storytelling as well. And that's kind of just the whole mission statement for this whole project. So yeah, thank you for listening to me babble the frick on. And I think we're just gonna go ahead and call it for there. This is just like a short little promo, kind of behind the scenes thing. So I guess let's leave a featurette length, and we're gonna go ahead and call it there. Thanks so much for everyone for just like dropping by. You guys have a good night.